Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from PropMoney.com. In this video, we are going to talk about the Chase Ultimate Rewards Travel Portal versus the Chase Travel Transfer Partners, how to choose which to use when you are redeeming your Chase Ultimate Rewards points. But before we do that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So I have had this question a couple times recently, some variations maybe of this question, but it usually boils down to this, and it is, if I have the Chase credit cards, in particular the Sapphire cards that are giving me Ultimate Rewards points, and I can use them in the portal and get a boost of 25% or 50% on them, why would I ever transfer those points into a travel transfer partner instead of using them in the portal when I know I'm getting that boost on the portal purchases? So we are going to talk about that in this video. If you're somebody that has used your points before and you're very into using the travel partners, this may seem elementary to you, but I think for a lot of people, they don't really get what the difference is or why you would do one versus the other. All right, so I'm going to use myself as an example here. I recently got the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 points. If I hit 4,000 bucks in spending in the first 3 months, I'm working my way toward that. I should have that 60,000 points soon. So if I get that 60,000 points and I want to redeem it toward travel, I have two options. First option, the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, where I use my points essentially as cash in order to book travel. Option number two is transfer partners. I can transfer my points usually on a one-to-one basis to one of Chase's transfer partners, including Southwest, United, Hyatt, Marriott, and there are others as well. So when I look at those two things, looking at the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal first, it is powered by Expedia. It is essentially the same kind of experience that you would get if you used Expedia. So you go through, you find your flights, you find your hotels, whatever the case may be, and then there is a price attached to those things. In the case of the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, it'll also show you how many points that you are going to use to actually purchase those things. So with 60,000 points, there's a 25% boost on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So my 60,000 points give me $750 of buying power within the portal. So I find the travel arrangements that I want, and then I can use those 60,000 points toward that. So let's say I take a trip, my wife and I, from New York to LA and back. So we get 2 round trip tickets, and let's just say for the example here in the video that each one of them costs $375. That's $750 total. So I blow my whole 60,000 point bonus on getting us from New York to LA and back again, right? So that is a pretty good use of my 60,000 UR points. But it's possible that I could have found a better deal by transferring my points into one of the airline partners programs. So let's just use Southwest as an example. This is not a real example. I'm just saying what could happen. So let's say I had that New York to LA flight and back, and it would have cost me $750, which is 60,000 Ultimate Rewards points if I'd gone through the portal. Well, maybe I go on Southwest's website and I see that I could get myself from New York to LA and back, and it would only cost 50,000 points for my wife and I to make that trip together. Well, 50,000 points is less than 60,000 points. So even though I got that 25% boost on those points that I had with Chase through the portal, it still would have cost me more points to get that same flight than it would have if I had gone through Southwest. Now, sometimes it's going to work the other way. Sometimes if you try to use Southwest's points, it would cost you more points than it would if you went through the portal. But it is possible that it could work out the other way too. And so that is the reason why sometimes people want to transfer their points into the partner program before they use them, instead of just going through the portal and booking the travel directly. Now, for some people, the appeal of Chase's transfer partners goes far beyond just the idea of, maybe getting a little bit better deal than through the portal. For those people, it really is about maybe saving up their points in order to do some sort of luxury travel that they would never pay for through cash or through even a cash equivalent like the UR points through a portal. And so what I mean by that is, in particular, there are international airlines that may have first class lie flat seats, and so if you're flying overseas, you could get into this first class experience that maybe would cost, I don't know, $5,000 if you had to actually pay for it. But if you transfer your points into a partner program, maybe you could get that same experience for, say, 100,000 points. So if you thought of 100,000 points as being worth $1,000, sort of like you're getting a $5,000 experience for $1,000 worth of points. And so that is something that is attractive to a lot of people. Same thing with hotels. You have a, I don't know, $2,000 a night hotel. Most people don't want to pay that much for a hotel for one night, but if it's someplace that is very attractive, in a very attractive setting, some people will save up points, put them into the partner program, and get that same hotel night for much cheaper with the points. And so that is something that a lot of people see as sort of an aspirational use of their points. And so oftentimes when you see people talking, other YouTubers, or you see people in the comments who sort of, just have no use for the travel portal and think it is a silly thing, it is usually because they are thinking of these sort of bigger trips, these international trips where they're going to use their points and they're going to get what they see as much higher value for them because they are using them to pay for something that has a very high price tag. And even though they're still using a lot of points, it is still much less than it would be if they were trying to pay for that travel directly. So that's the reason you might favor the portal over the transfer partners, or favor the transfer partners over the portal. In every case, you should do your due diligence and check out what the pricing is on both of them, instead of just assuming that one of them is going to be better than the other, or listening to people online who may have very different goals than you do in terms of how they are redeeming their travel. So there is a case to be made for either one, but the reason to use them or how to choose them is going to be up to you and the kind of travel that you want to do, and the times you're going to travel, the availability and pricing, all sorts of things are going to play in there. So you're going to want to compare the portal to the transfer partners and make your decision based on that. So that's it, quick video on this topic. I hope that made some sense to you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I will try to answer them, or I'm sure other people will as well. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews and have personal finance news. We talk deals and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thanks for watching. Bye.